Hello, everybody. It's Laura Van Vertlo, and I am here today to show you a really fun technique. I'm going to give you a secret. Salt. Yes, we're going to play with salt, and I encourage you. I'm using the Morton Sea Salt Coarse. Play with even the Himalayan pink salt, black salt. I've seen other people tell me that they have yielded different results with different types of salt. So that is what we're going to play with today. But what I want to tell you is I have a new online class. Last year was kind of crazy at the end. So if you've been following me, everything's much better. I'm finally think I've recovered from 2 surgeries. One was, you can't even really see it anymore. I had my cervical spine fixed because I was having really bad numbness and it was actually slowly paralyzing me, which scared the living daylights out of me. So I kind of had to take care of that. And then they don't tell you, you can't really concentrate. And then I originally thought that tingling was my thumb. So I had this taken care of while my out-of-pocket was met. And I just got the brace off last week. So I have been creating like crazy. I'm trying to get back. So now I have my online classes back and I'm using the Hobby Haven. And you will get, I will show you, I'm going to show you the sneak peeks of the card. And down below in the video description, you will find the link to the class. And that will expire, I think the 18th and then, or 19th. And then you will also see a place where you can sign up for my email updates because that is where everything's at. So much going on this month. Great join special. I'll show you the perk that you get for joining Stampin' Up and my team. You can redeem bonus day coupons and last chance products. There's 2 new kits out. So there's a ton of stuff out there for you. So let me go ahead and flip the camera and we will get started and I'll show you the sneak peek. Hold on one second. I think. There we go. Let me turn on the light too. It's just hard to talk to you guys when I have that light right in my face. Alrighty. So the Hobby Haven, you will get a full spool of the garden green and white chevron ribbon, and it's really nice and soft. It's easy to tie. You'll get a little extra. There's on the last chance list. It was still there. I don't know if it's still there now. It's the braided petal pink. I think it's for $5 or $6 for the whole spool. We're going to use that on 1 or 2 of the cards. So I included that with this month's kit. So you'll get that. You'll get a full pack of the deer dots. I think they looked cuter than what they had put. And that's just my opinion. And that's what we're going to get. But you get, I'm going to cut this in half. So you'll get a 12 by 6 full pack. It's going to be all the pages, just 12 by 6. And so it's half a pack of the designer series paper. And since there's cutouts, and to keep the shipping and the cost of this, because the shipping is included in my price, to keep that cost down, I'm going to go ahead and pop all those out and put them in a baggie and give you the half. So that way you have everything you need. So you'll get 1 page popped out, half a pack. You'll get the package of the dots, and you'll get this. Plus, you're going to get enough to make 8 cards. So you're going to have 2 for this one. I really like that one. It's really pretty. This one is really fun. And oh my gosh, I can see the person's face, and I cannot think she made one of these, and I thought it was so cute. So I had to kind of put my own spin on it. But for book lovers, watch this. You can make a bookmark out of that. Is that not the cutest thing you've ever seen? And a birthday for the books. I thought that was, it comes from the On Display, which is on the last chance list. I couldn't believe it. And then I also have the this cute little card. And then anything that's embossed, I will pre-cut. I'll pre-cut that. I'll include this. You will need to cut your own designer series paper. And if it's a cutout like these, you will need your own bundle. But don't fret. If you don't have it, you can either use what you have on hand, or when you click my link, there's an add-on section. So you can add that on and I can send it to you, or you can go right to my site and order it, earn the coupon or earn the Stampin' Rewards, and then click on this to get the actual kit class. Okay, here's another cute little card. I just love these little mannequins and sewing. I haven't sewn in forever, but I do enjoy it. Okay, and then I found these really cute notebooks. And so I just decorated the outside, and you could change it to a book. I got them on Amazon, so I'll include the link on the tutorial for this class. But you could change it to book. You could do it for sewing. You could do it for just about anything that's you have cutouts for. And the best part is I used those alphabet. So what I did was, you need to do cards too. I went ahead and put a piece of Loft Lagoon with the adhesive sheet on the back. And you're going to get a whole one of these cut out in your pack, so you can spell whatever you want and already have the adhesive strip on the back, so you don't have to worry about trying to glue those down. And then you'll get the notebook, of course, and then you will get 2 strips of the magnets. You got 1 for each card, because you'll have 2 of each card, 1 notebook, plus all the consumables, just for $45. And that does include shipping. So I hope you sign up. I would love for you to join. You will also have an exclusive YouTube video to follow at your own pace. Pardon me, I'm a klutz. And you also will have a tutorial. So it depends on how you learn better. But you can have both, work at your own pace, join me, and it'll be a blast. I love this set. I was so sad when I was just not like 100%. I just couldn't figure out how to do it. So, and I just realized I forgot my re-inkers. I had it out for the club, but I forgot. Okay, so I got Calypso Coral and Petal Pink. And then I'm going to use a silicone mat. But these are the stamp sets and the dies that we are going to use today. And I've already pre-cut and pre-stamped everything just to make this video go by a little bit quicker, because I really wanted to focus on the technique. So you will have measurements. That's okay. I had this pre-scored, and for the life of me, I don't remember, but I will list the products below. So this is 4 3/4 by 3.5. And then we have for the inside the 4 by 5 1/4. This is watercolor paper that we sell, the Fluid Watercolor Paper. And then we have the 8.5 by 5.5 Petal Pink, which I'm going to go ahead and fold before I get to the wet part. That's why I wanted to show you the cards too, because we're going to play with some water today. And then I cut out the leaves from the, oh, I don't have the dies out. Whoops. So there's dies that coordinate with this. So I used the dies. Here are the ones I actually used from it. I used that. And I may have, this might be from the butterfly set. I just love that one. I'm so sad it's on the last chance, or at least it was. I don't know if it's still available. That changes daily. Okay, so we're going to get started. I'm going to move these so they don't get wet. And, oh, hold on. My thumb's almost back, but it's still a little hard to pick things up. So, and I will stamp the envelope to show you how to stamp this flower as well. Let me put those out. And then I use basic gray for the sentiment. Calypso Coral I just used for the center of the flower. And Petal Pink is what I used to stamp the whole flower. I did first and second generation. So let me get this started. If you want to keep it from curling, I would suggest going ahead and just pray I don't get this all over me. I would suggest taping it down with some washi tape, just real lightly around the corners. And then we are going to make our palette. I'm just dropping a couple drops of re-anchor on here, and I've got stuff all over my hand. Okay, hold on. All right, let's just hope I don't transfer that. So what I'm going to do is put this to the side, and I went ahead. We can use our spritzers too, but I do so much work, and I have club that it's easier just to have a big spray bottle. I'm getting this really wet because you want it to really just do a watercolor wash is our first. Oops. Hold on. Oops. The water painters were coming apart. So we're going to go ahead and do this. And you just want a nice light subtle, and it looks orange. It'll look a little more pinky when we get when it dries. So that's the undercolor, and these are the colors I picked from the Petals of Beauty, I think it's what. Brush Beauty. I hadn't gotten to play with that, so I used those colors. So now, oh wait, that's what I wanted. Hold on. This shows I cannot talk. Concentrate. I'm not. This is so it's not so bright. But I'm going to just lightly add some undertones and get it everywhere. All right. So there's that. I'm going to put this to the side so I don't get my hand in it and everything else, because I will. All right, let's go ahead and do that. Now for the fun part. And to me, I thought it was the easiest to do this because then you have a little bit more control. And I would really put more than just that on there because you want a lot of this, because what it's going to do is soak up the water and it's going to pull the ink at the same time. And I did this years ago when we had this cute little whale sea set. So I will relink it for that because it really makes really pretty bubbly sea under the sea as well. But I wanted to try this. I tried red and it kind of looked like a microbiology slide. I can show you just so you can laugh at it. Let's see here. I might have thrown it out actually. Yep, I think I threw it out. But we're going to go ahead and hit this with the heat tool just because I don't want to sit here for an hour waiting for this to dry. It does look a tad better when you let it dry. So you could put it to the side, cut everything out, come back to it, and then use it. See, I'm starting to see the little circle, kind of looks like little bubbles. Okay, I'm going to let it do the rest while I show you a couple other things. So, make sure there's nothing wet on there. The only reason why I hated doing that on this background. Oh, yes, there's a vellum piece too. Just kind of blended right in. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and stamp that flower on here so you can see. Oops, this is true. This is getting everywhere. Hold on. I need to wash it out anyway, but The trick is you have to screw it on opposite of what you normally would. So it's not righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. It's left tight, right loose. So if you have issues when you get them, that's what it is. Okay, so I find that it's easier to do the full strength of the outline stamp first. And full strength or first generation, depending on how you look at it, looks like this. And then I'm going to go ahead and do it on the envelope. No, not that one. This one. This one as well. Because it just makes it so much more special when somebody goes to the mailbox and they're going, oh, I have a nice little envelope. But seriously, the reason why I like to do this so much, and I really love to share it with you guys, is I'm trying to keep the art of the written letter alive. So it's real subtle. I'm stamping off on a piece of paper. And then I go down and see how it's easier to see because you have the outline stamp is there. All right, so there's my scrap paper. And then we are going to pull this out and do the Calypso Coral. It is so nice to be able to use my hand again. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, getting those open still a little tricky. Okay. Ooh, I need to clean that. I guess we did watercolor. I like Calypso Coral a lot for a watercolor wash. It's just nice. It's just got enough color without being crazy. But that's the center stamp. So it kind of gives it a little bit of a pop of color. And then we are going to add that to the inside. So, oh, there it is. Good. And if you're looking for seal, as far as I know, it came back last week. So I'm really happy to finally have some in stock. And yeah, so while you're there, be sure to check out the last chance list. There's also going to be 2 new kits. And then there's the join offer, which I do need to pull that out. As a demonstrator, we get perks. We get pre-ordering, which is one of the hugest benefits of craft addicts like me and some of you out there that are thinking, oh, maybe I should just join. You know what? You don't have to do it as a business. You can just have a couple friends over. They can help you out meeting your quarterly minimum. And it can just be a fun thing. It doesn't have to be this big to do, or you can, because people like me are competitive. Because I am very competitive. And that's how I got to this. But a fun competitive. It's not, you know, like, oh, I can do that. And I'll tell you what, I started from scratch, and my first cards were interesting, let me tell you. Okay, so I put the Calypso Coral down, and then I'm going to stamp the It's Your Birthday. Wait, actually, what else do I have? No, I need another birthday. The birthdays have been, I have run out of those suckers. So I almost need to just sit down with some designer paper and just make a whole bunch of really simple ones that you can do. Oh, you know what? I think this is from the set. Okay, it's your birthday. Okay. And put those back there. And then those are done. And then I'm going to cut a little bit of this ribbon. And this is the golden white ribbon. I do believe it's current. Or, oh, I can't remember if it was online exclusives or the January to April mini catalog. So now we're going to do a little bit more drying so I can put the rest of this together for you. And then I can show you the join special, and then we'll be done today. So I'm doing pretty good, only 19 minutes. Okay, I love it. All right, put that back. Now I'm going to put the salt back in my kitchen. Who knew you could stamp with what you have in your kitchen? Or your dry, I remember the dryer sheets. Too. That one's a fun technique. Funny thing is I don't use trigger sheets anymore. They're so strong when I do a technique using it. So now I'm starting to see I let it kind of do a little bit naturally. Okay, what I'm going to do now is take it off screen for just a second so I can get rid of the salt because I don't want it all over my table. Put it there and I'll wash it with everything else. Needless to say, my in-person stamp club was a tad messy, but that's okay. It was fun. It was fun to see how different everybody's comes out. So some people did it really light, some did it really dark. And the cool thing is, and I hit it one more time, is that when you're done, I'm going to do it from the back too. That kind of helps flatten it. And you do front and back. All right. So now, well, there was one day I saw, and it almost had like a glitter effect. But if you look, there's cute little bubbles. So think of this for a sea or clouds. It'd be really pretty. I just did it for a fun, different take on a watercolor wash. Just because I really wanted to use this set because I didn't want it to go on last chance and I hadn't used it yet. I hadn't planned on the thumb surgery really until it started bothering me again. So had I known that, I probably wouldn't have bought as much at the end of the year and then it just sat. I really couldn't do anything. I mean, I could, but it wasn't what I'm used to. When I had the neck surgery, they don't tell you can't concentrate very well. I sat there and looked at a kit for 10 minutes trying to figure out how to do it. Okay, so I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to do it this way first. And then we'll just, what do you call it? Trim it when we're done. Put it directly on there. And then we are going to grab the last. I use every little bit of these dimensionals because we have foam strips, which are great for making shaker cards and frames. But when you're doing images like this, it's just easy to just use the little ends and just cut them. All right, so I'm going to put it like that. Use my scissors to trim it. Sorry. All right, and then we're just going to put some, not dimensionals, what are they called? Glue dots, if I can find them, somewhere on my table. But that's okay, I have more. For my classes, I have one of those 3-tiered rolling carts, and that has like been the best thing because I can easily keep each table organized. And I keep the basics in there. So moments like this, I don't have to go digging into a ton of stuff. All right, so I'm going to really get that down in there. Hold on. Sometimes it's silly that I went ahead and put that down. There we go. So we have that. And now we're going to do the vellum. And I know you can kind of see it, but we're just going to pretend they're dewdrops. I don't think anybody that's going to get a card is going to sit there and go, oh, I don't like it because it has glue dots that you can see through the vellum. I always say if they complain about a card, they don't get another one. So now I think I have the little, there they are. My little mini dot. These are great for items like this. And I think I'm going to put a third one in the middle just because I don't like it when it sags. But here we go. 1, 2, 3. And then we'll say, it's your birthday. Just like that. And now we're going to put the finishing touch on, which is, I love these. They're so pretty. Pearls of Beauty. So I'm going to do that. The original I did this color. I think we're going to do this color. Put that there. Put one right here. And then right there. And then we're going to do one last finishing touch. Because I'm a workaholic and I am proud of it. I'm going to do a little bit there. There's that. So here it is. Beautiful salt background using the Brush Beauty. And for my club members, you get a sample of how to do it and a little blurb that you put in your notebook. So if you're local and you're interested in Stamp Club, I'm trying to incorporate it to be both online and in person. So there's the card. And here's the original without me having to take it out. Now I'm going to show you. You can join Stampin' Up now through March 2nd. And for $99 plus tax, the shipping is included. You don't need to pay for that for signing up. You get to choose $125 worth of product that's current. That does include a pre-order. Right now, they came out with a new tool, and it's no longer available for a demonstrator. We only had 2 weeks to grab it. And then at some point during the year, they'll make it available, but it may be a while. But this is what you're going to get for free. We had the Stamparatus, and we had to pull it for other reasons. But now we have our own Stampin' Positioner, and I forgot to order the grid paper that goes with it. But what's cool is it has these springs instead of the flopping, we used to have that one. And it comes with these magnets that are really easy to pull off, but they're still super strong. See, and then they don't break. The other ones would break. And then I think this is, that's what that's for. Got it. Okay. I haven't really played with it yet, but this is to do, when you have that happy, and you just kind of, it's called the tile look. And then it's got centimeters and inches on both sides. And then I think your grid paper fits right on these little dots. But you get this for free for joining, and then you get a 20% discount. And then you will be active up until June 30th. And to stay active, you just submit $300 in orders for the quarter. And that's before your discount. But you get so many perks, and you become a part of the community, and you can help spread kindness and notes to people and go to Stampin' Up events. It's really a lot of fun. So I hope you consider it. I would love to have you. And I know you would love to have that Stampin' Positioner. And thanks for hopping on and watching this fun little technique. Be sure to share with me what you liked and if you created with it. Also, be sure to remember to sign up for my emails and grab that Hobby Haven before the end of the 19th of February. So thanks for hopping on. Have a wonderful day.